Barbarian identifies itself as a hack and slash with massive battles in a colorful, hand-drawn world. Yep, that covers it quite well, and it definitely has plenty of large battles with enough enemies to swing an axe at. But there's a bit more under the surface that isn't identified in that elevator pitch. Barbarian has some unexpected mechanics that make it fun and interesting, even if it isn't a perfect game. So the majority of the combat in Barbarian is melee. You're trapped in a strange place where buttons move you from island to island that contains several levels to enter. Each level has 3 areas where you must defeat all the large enemies to continue. It's easier said than done since the levels are filled with a ton of enemy fodder, which does make the game more like Dynasty Warriors at times. The large groups of enemies are sanctioned off between wooden doors that you have to bust open to get at them. It's a bit odd how compartmentalized it is. It's not bad, but it breaks the flow of combat. Nevertheless, after you defeat all the large enemies, you're whisked away to the next area, even if you didn't defeat all the smaller enemies. You'll have to be okay leaving some stragglers. After completing all the levels in an area, you face a boss. By themselves, the bosses are simple and easy. What usually happens, though, is that they throw everything at you. By the 3rd stage of the boss fight, there are so many enemies on the screen, it's difficult to get to the boss. I like the challenge, but I feel like I'm missing something fundamental since I have to rely on waiting for the perfect opening or for a power-up to drop. Yet, they're excellent to fight against. Anyway, the point of the game isn't to kill everything, but to collect fruit and free people from bizarre fluid-filled containers. Freeing people is easy enough. Run up to the container and smack them until it's destroyed. However, once you get in range, a timer starts, and when it reaches 0, the person will die. Also, you need to keep hitting the container. It has some sort of strange reverse health bar where if you stop hitting it, the bar drops. If I had to guess, it's meant to create a stressful situation, so you focus the container while enemies creep up behind you. But that's not exactly how it works. It's easy to ignore the enemies and just bash open the container. I had no problems opening the container and then worrying about the enemies, if I did at all. A death will not change the fact that you open the container, so as long as you open it, the next run after your death will be easier. These people are your followers, and I mean that in the most literal way. There's no way to direct them at all. That means they attack the first thing that they see, even if you're off doing something else. It's good and bad. They definitely draw fire away from you, but you can't get them to do what you want. The DPS they provide is useful, and left on their own, I've had them finish the level for me. The only way to move them is to use your power to revive them. This all relies on them dying, which to say it isn't really reliable at all. Still, I wish I had more control over them. It makes speeding through a level difficult. If you're there to only focus the large enemies, your followers will be distracted into fighting everything else. They don't help with your own crap either. They don't collect anything and don't contribute to your combo. They're important to completing a level, but very limited in what they can do. And they start off as simple peasants until you upgrade them to either archers or knights. Even with the upgrade, they have low health. But you do have the power to expend energy to revive them. You'll be summoning them over and over and over again in a level. And so the other reason you're playing is to collect fruit. It's one of the most fun elements of the game since it's so colorful and silly. The fruit is used around the island to buy new weapons, health upgrades, and follower upgrades. It drops from chests and enemies by the truckload. Also, when you start getting big combos, huge fruit falls from the sky. Really enormous watermelon falling from the sky is so damn funny to me. It's just enjoyable to collect it. It's a little weird that diamonds and donuts are included as fruit, but you know what? I'm willing to give it to them considering how fun it is. Anyway, keeping a combo going and picking up that fruit isn't exactly easy, and it feels like the game is trying to pull you in opposite directions. The fruit falls a bit too far away from the direction you're usually trying to go into. so you have to go back and collect it. But by the time you get back to the action, your combo is over. What the hell? There's no way I'm leaving giant fruit behind to be wasted. It's annoying the game doesn't let you keep fighting and hacking your way through the enemies. It ruins the flow of the game. Since the combat is already like Dynasty Warriors, where your hits are weak and you need to keep attacking, you can get into the zone. But going back for the fruit pulls you out of that, forcing you to consider leaving behind your prize. It could be seen as a player choice, but who the hell can pass up the fruit? It feels terrible to give up the reward you've worked so hard for. It's a mystery to me why the game pauses your combo between areas in a level, but wants to take the combo away from you so quickly for collecting fruit. To dig deeper into the combat, it doesn't evolve as the game progresses. Slashing away with your axe is the same from beginning to end. The rage mode is fine, but doesn't seem like it increases your power that much for how slow it charges. While there are new unlockable guns, they're a low point in the combat. I'm confused why there's so many different kinds of guns when the game is a hack and slash. Where are the different kinds of melee weapons that change the gameplay? There's also no new attack sequences or unlockable moves. I enjoy variation in my gameplay, and I get a bit bored from endless slashing. I want to consider what's the best weapon or what moves I want to equip. However, I understand that there are gamers that enjoy mindless combat, and if you're into that, then Barbarian has it. One element that stands out is the theme. It's what kept me intrigued even after the combat was getting stale. The whole world is unexplained. I really want to know why I was there. Also, there's a mysterious character helping you that makes me even more curious, especially the way he speaks. Pair that with the vibrant art, and Barbarian is weird, but not too weird. Even with all this, the game feels cohesive and kept me entertained. Overall, I like Barbarian, but it's missing something special. It's a well-made game that provides exactly what you expect. It's not too difficult either, and the punishment for death is meager. However, it's held together by a great theme. The giant fruit is whimsical and fun. At around 6 hours to complete the main game without doing any of the side stuff, there's plenty to do. I have no problems recommending Barbarian. Thanks for watching, and subscribe for more indie game reviews.